Good evening, everybody. My name is Gary Mekja, and I am the city manager here at the City of Farmington Hills. I'm so pleased that everybody could make this evening. It's an important evening for us as an organization, and it's an important evening for me as your city manager, because this is, I think, the first time we've officially had a ceremony like this. Last year, if you remember, we did something in our council chambers, which was much more subdued, and the year before that, unfortunately, we were in the middle of a pandemic. So happy that we can reconstitute and reinstitute our awards this evening. So I wanted to welcome everybody to the 45th Annual Employee Recognition and Service Award Program for our fair city. This evening's celebration is something that we all look forward to every year, and tonight we'll be recognizing employees who are receiving an award based on their years of service or special recognition through our Outstanding Employee Award Program. It's our Farmington Hills way of saying thank you. Thank you for your efforts. It's part of our organizational culture. It's important. We want to share your success. So with that, at this time, I'd like to introduce our mayor, Vicki Barnett.
I have to tell you, after all these years, it's still weird when I get applauded for being mayor, because I'm not the one that does the work around here. You guys are, and we wouldn't be the city we are without your hard work, your showing up every day, your not letting a pandemic stand in the way of delivering quality services to our residents, and showing up to make sure that our city is always number one in the hearts and minds of those who live in Farmington Hills and work in Farmington Hills. And I want to thank you all for that diligent approach to what makes us so special here. I also want to say it's been a long time since we've all gathered together without tons of masking in between to get together to do this kind of celebration. Those of us who are on city council, and I want to take a moment to show you who's here. We have Vale Knoll, who was busily engaging in conversation. Mary Ellen Newland, our Mayor Pro Tem. Dr. Kenneth Massey, my colleague on council. Unfortunately, Randy Bruce could not be here tonight, and we're still awaiting Michael Bridges and Jackie Bolaware. But I wanted you to know that all of us together are so amazed by the work you do every day, and taking direction from us when we're like cats that are hard to herd. We just want to thank you very much for following our direction and moving in the way that we want this city to reflect who we are, what we are, and what we do. So after so many years of being apart, this is a really special night. We've got service awards for those of you who have been here for 5 years, up to 35 years. I'm getting close to 35, by the way. I've never even gotten a clock or a watch. I tell them not to give me an original piece of paper because I will lose it. So they brought this for me tonight, which I'm not using, so I apologize. But I do want to thank you all. So we've got awards for all of your years of service, but more importantly, there are several outstanding employees that will be recognized here tonight. And our state representative, Samantha Steckloff, who used to be on council and is a very close friend of mine, has some proclamations for our award winners. And that doesn't mean that our award winners are the only winners. Many of you who are here have won in the past, and many of you will win in the future because you all do such excellent work, and we are so grateful for all of the things that you do. So before I go any further, and before we give out the clocks and all of the other wonderful things that we have for your years of service, which are merely tokens of our appreciation because what you do is so wonderful, I will turn it back over to City Manager Mekjan, and he will introduce the award winners from here.
Thank you, Mayor. So the first part of this program is dedicated to honoring employees who have made significant contributions during the past year. The presentation of the Outstanding Employee Awards is a very special part of the awards program each year, and since 1986, year I graduated from North Farmington High School, thank you very much, City has honored several employees each year with this designation. So as part of this honor, award recipients will receive a plaque and a cash award as a token of our appreciation for their efforts. We will begin the award presentations to the Firefighter of the Year and then the Police Officer of the Year. After those awards have been presented, we will announce the Civilian Award winners, beginning with our 4 outstanding employees and ending with the Employee of the Year. As previously mentioned, we have a distinguished guest here this evening, Representative Samantha Steckloff. She'll join us on stage to offer her congratulations along with proclamations prepared to honor our Employees of the Year. So at this time, I'd like to ask Fire Chief John Unruh for his presentation of the Fire of the Year Award.
Well, good evening. Our Firefighter of the Year is Lieutenant Brian Hewitt. Brian joined the department in 2001 as a paid-on-call firefighter, where he was assigned to Fire Station 2. In March of 2004, he was hired as a career firefighter. 2009, promoted to inspector. In 2015, he was promoted to sergeant. And in 2021, he was promoted to lieutenant. Brian's highly decorated. He has 12 life-saving awards, 16 Chain of Survival awards, 5 unit citations, 7 certificates of appreciation, and he's the Medal of Valor award winner for rescuing a critically injured 62-year-old female that was unconscious in an apartment fire back in 2010. He pulled her out of the fire, administered advanced life-saving care to her, and she made a full recovery. So Brian's no stranger to Firefighter of the Year awards. He's had 2 other awards in his career. Lieutenant Hewitt instructs our recruit school and numerous other trainings for the department. He is a member of the Western Wayne County Urban Search and Rescue Team and holds many specialized certifications such as high angle rescue, confined space, and trench specialist. He was recently deployed in May to Gaylord to search for survivors after a tornado. He has a bachelor's degree from Columbia Southern University in fire science and is a graduate of Eastern Michigan University School of Fire Staff and Command. Brian was undoubtedly selected as the Firefighter of the Year, not because of one event or incident, but globally what he does every day for our organization. Brian is always willing to help out, whether it is to fill a last-minute assignment, instruct a course, or simply help one of our own. He never complains and is always very friendly. For these and many more unmentioned reasons, Lieutenant Brian Hewitt is our Firefighter of the Year.
I am not anywhere near as prepared as the chief was for this, so it came as a shock to me. But real quickly, I want to say thank you to the city manager, the mayor, council for putting this on for us. Next, the senior staff of the fire department, chief, deputy chief, fire marshal, and most important people in the room, my family over here, my wife, Jenny, Gavin, Emma, and Haley, who did not want me to embarrass them, so I'm going to anyway. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it for Sergeant Hewitt. He can hopefully do a better speech than mine.
Congratulations, Brian. You've made us proud, as you all have this evening. So next we have Police Chief Jeff King, who will join us for his presentation of the Police Officer of the Year Award.
Good evening. I would like to take a moment to congratulate all the recipients of tonight's service and employee awards and say thank you for this opportunity to present the 2021 Farmington Hills Police Officer of the Year. The Farmington Hills Police Department is proud to announce Sergeant Ryan Hewitt as Police Officer of the Year for 2021. Sergeant Hewitt joined the Farmington Hills Police Department as a police cadet in 2007 and was promoted to officer in December of 2011. He quickly set himself apart from his peers with a strong work ethic and commitment to excellence and service. In 2015, he was selected to transfer into the traffic safety section, where he held many assignments. In 2018, an additional assignment, he was selected to assume the duties of the canine handler for the Farmington Hills Police Department and was teamed up with his German Shepherd partner, Dozer. In July of this year, he was promoted to the rank of sergeant and returned to the patrol division as a first-line supervisor. Remaining consistent with his work ethic, his commitment to excellence and service to our community, Sergeant Hewitt distinguished himself during 2021 again. In 2021, Sergeant Hewitt and Dozer were deployed 82 times to assist the citizens and police agencies of Farmington Hills, West Bloomfield, Novi, Southfield, Detroit, Northville, Livonia, Van Buren Township, Beverly Hills, and Farmington. He was also requested to assist the Drug Enforcement Agency, Postal Inspections Service, and the United States Secret Service. Sergeant Hewitt and Dozer were deployed 11 times to various sites throughout Metro Detroit at the request of these investigative agencies. He and Dozer were tasked with inspecting thousands of packages, attempting to detect illegal narcotics and currency being transported by the U.S. Postal Service. During these deployments, Sergeant Hewitt and Dozer were directly responsible for locating over $500,000 in illegal cash, 30 pounds of methamphetamine, 62 pounds of marijuana, and 20 kilograms of cocaine and heroin. The team also assisted the DEA in completing a search of a narcotics processing facility where the team was able to locate a hidden safe that contained several kilograms of heroin and crack cocaine. Additionally, Sergeant Hewitt and Dozer conducted 27 school and community events throughout 2021 that included visiting local assisted living homes, canine demonstrations, visiting classrooms throughout the Farmington Public Schools District, specifically taking special pride in visiting each special needs classroom in the entire school district. These community and school events allowed thousands of citizens to meet the canine team, see their capabilities, and build upon the great community relationships our department has fostered. In addition to all of this amazing work already stated, 3 critical incidents highlight the work of Sergeant Hewitt and Dozer in 2021. These incidents and the associated actions of Sergeant Hewitt ultimately showed the continuous dedication he has shown each and every day of his service. First, in May of 2021, Sergeant Hewitt was dispatched to a violent domestic violence incident where the suspect strangled the victim within the city of Farmington. The suspect fled into a wooded area, concealing himself in the foliage. Sergeant Hewitt deployed Dozer and began a track of the suspect. The team entered the wooded area and was able to locate the suspect, who had taken drastic steps to conceal himself from the pursuing officers. Sergeant Hewitt's attention to detail and dedication resulted in the apprehension of this dangerous felon. Second, in July, Sergeant Hewitt and Dozer were requested to respond to the city of Novi. Their officers had taken a report of a troubled young man who expressed his suicidal intentions to his family and fled in his vehicle. After the man's vehicle was located unoccupied, Sergeant Hewitt and Dozer immediately began a track. The track led to a wooded area where the man was later found. The man was unresponsive and in medical distress. It was apparent the victim had intentionally overdosed on narcotics in an attempt to harm himself. Sergeant Hewitt deployed naloxone and it was administered to the victim, and the medics were summoned to the scene, and the man was subsequently transported to the hospital for further treatment. Sergeant Hewitt's swift actions and successful track led to the preservation of life and allowed the victim to get the much-needed treatment he required. And finally, during the afternoon of October 25th, Sergeant Ute was on his way home after completing a tour of duty for the day. While driving in the city of Livonia, he observed heavy smoke coming from a residential area. Sergeant Ute quickly located the home and observed it to be fully engulfed in flames. The Livonia Fire Department had not yet arrived on scene, and neighbors reported to Sergeant Ute that an elderly woman was trapped inside the burning home. Sergeant Ute quickly approached the front door of the home and was met with intense flames and heat, preventing his entry into the residence. Placing the welfare of the woman above himself, he moved to the rear of the home and was able to gain access to the interior. Once inside, he was again met with heavy smoke and flames that had filled the interior of the home. Sergeant Ute was able to ultimately find the woman inside, who was disoriented and needed to be carried out of the home to safety. The actions of Sergeant Ute were directly responsible for saving the life of that resident. Through these actions, Sergeant Ute again displayed his level of commitment to the preservation of life and serving his community and the citizens. Sergeant Ute, for your tireless commitment to service, professionalism, and bravery, it is an honor and a privilege to recognize you as the Farmington Hills Police Department Police Officer of the Year for 2021. Congratulations.
Going to be honest, after hearing all that, I guess I realized I've done pretty much everything in other cities but Farmington Hills. So I promise I'll serve the citizens here too. But honestly, I just want to thank everyone for taking the time out of their evening to come here, and congratulations to everyone else. You know, I kind of have a unique story when it comes to Farmington Hills. I graduated high school, and I became a cadet here right after. I've only had one job my entire adult career, and it's been here with the city. So very blessed for all the opportunities that the city manager, the chief, and city council and the administration's given me. With that being said, I can't thank you guys enough. And again, congratulations to everyone else. Thank you. And lastly, my lovely family over there that has obviously had to deal with me way too much because they look like they're ready to leave. So my wife, Michelle, my son, Beckett, and my daughter, Sadie. I can't thank them enough. So thank you.
Congratulations, Ryan. Say hi to Dozer for us. Oh, okay, so at this time, I'd like to take a moment to explain how the civilian employees are selected to receive these prestigious awards. Employees are asked to nominate their coworkers and to consider 3 criteria in doing so. Those criteria are job performance, rapport with coworkers, and delivery of service to the public. Department directors and the past 5 employees of the year then review these nominations. From that discussion, the top several employees are chosen as outstanding employees. From these nominations, there's one employee that's especially honored as Employee of the Year. We have the highest regard for the employee who receives this special recognition. We honor them by displaying their picture and name on a plaque in City Hall for 1 year. So at this point, I'd like to invite our department heads to join us to present the Outstanding Employee and the Employee of the Year awards. So department heads, if you'll make your way up. Where's Ellen? Yeah, there she is.
Good evening. I'm Karen Mondora, Public Services Director for the City of Farmington Hills. And at this time, I would like to recognize Stephanie Keimer. Stephanie has been with the city since 2019, when she was hired into the engineering division as a clerk typist 1. Everyone quickly realized that Stephanie was able to perform at a higher level and within a short time, she was promoted to department aide. She is a quick learner, extremely detail-oriented, and highly efficient at managing the administrative tasks of the engineering division. Any project submitted to the engineering division for review and approval begins at Stephanie's desk. She handles residential, commercial, and citywide projects with ease. Whether it's service request software, FOIA response procedure, or the old school cassette tape memo dictation favored by our city engineer, she has mastered them all. Stephanie has taken the lead in assisting the department with setting up the new BSNA Planning, Zoning, and Engineering module for permitting. She was also our point person during the onboarding of online payments for permitting and happily assisted other departments throughout that process. With all of these projects, she did an outstanding job and needed very little oversight and involvement from other staff. Stephanie has compiled a master list of her responsibilities and prepared detailed instructions on various workflow processes, thereby allowing others to easily step in and get the job done if and when she is absent. She has a great deal of contact with the public, both at the counter and on the phone. She is known for being friendly with coworkers, residents, and contractors, and assists everyone with patience and poise. You may not know that Stephanie does all of this while also going to school after hours to pursue her bachelor's degree in human resources. Congratulations, and thank you for all of your hard work, Stephanie.
I'm not very good at public speaking, so bear with me. I'm very grateful to receive this award, and thank you to everybody who helped put it together, Gary and Joe and City Council. Like Karen said, I work full-time and go to school, and sometimes it's not always the easiest, but I have a really wonderful support system in my boyfriend, and my two best friends, and my family. I'm also really lucky to have a great support system at work and all of my coworkers, but especially Karen, Jim, and Barb. They're very encouraging and understanding, and I just want to make sure they know how much I appreciate that. And I've really enjoyed working here. I've met incredible people and made good friends, and just thank you very much for recognizing my hard work and for everyone who makes working at the city a little brighter every day.
So in public services, we're blessed because we have two outstanding employees this year. So our next outstanding employee is Tammy Gusher. Tammy began her career with the city 20 years ago as an Engineer 1, fresh out of college. During those years, she received several promotions, most recently in 2019 to her current role of Senior Engineer in the Public Services Department. Throughout her time with the city, Tammy has been involved in nearly every aspect of engineering, facilities, and public services. In addition to her vast knowledge of how the city works, she also possesses very strong people skills. She's a valuable mentor to her coworkers and is always willing to pitch in and help whenever needed. Tammy's responsibilities as senior engineer include administering the water and sewer contracts with the Great Lakes Water Authority and the Oakland County Water Resources Commission. She works closely with those agencies on the development of rates and capital improvement projects. Day in and day out, she skillfully and efficiently assists both residents and contractors with complicated issues related to their infrastructure needs. She has the knowledge and perseverance required to make anxious residents feel at ease as she works closely with them until their issues are resolved. Tammy plays a key role in the management of city facilities. In recent years, her input has been vital in the development of the citywide facilities audit and capital needs assessment. She leads the citywide facilities budget preparation, capital planning, and project delivery on behalf of not only public services, but also parks and the police and fire departments. In addition to her duties in public services, Tammy continues to assist the engineering division by monitoring the activities of engineering staff, consultants, and construction inspectors. She does all of this with poise, patience, and a smile. The city is lucky to have her. Congratulations.
Well, first and foremost, I want to say thank you to the committee for the award. I'm truly honored to be recognized as one of the city's outstanding employees tonight. Also, congratulations to all the other employees who are being honored this evening. Thank you to City Council and City Management for continuing to support this awards program each and every year. I'm extremely fortunate and blessed to work with such an amazing group of people in public services, building maintenance, engineering, and the DPW. They have supported me both professionally and personally in my 20 years here at the city. And a special thank you to Karen and Barb. I'm grateful to work with two amazing women each and every day. Thank you.
Nice. The tears are a special touch. Wait, that's awesome. So, I'm Ellen Schnackle. I'm the Director of Special Services, which, as you all know, here in our city is Parks and Recreation. We're also blessed to have two outstanding employees. First up, I'd like to introduce Jessica Guzman-Dunn. There's good. Perfection. You can't hide. Jessica started with the city in 2014 as a full-time coordinator for the Special Services Cultural Arts Division. She's an outstanding administrator dedicated to serving the community through the arts. Prior to moving here to the Hawk, Jessica was primarily responsible for coordinating all visual and performing arts classes, camps, and the Farmington Hills Youth Theater. Her title shifted to Visual Arts Coordinator with the move here to the Hawk, and her workload grew significantly. Jessica now oversees camps, programs, and activities in all things visual arts, as well as the 2D art studio, the 3D art studio, and the new 5,000 square foot makerspace. Jessica was nominated by a coworker within Special Services who shared a few of Jessica's most recent accomplishments with me. Jessica helped secure a $500,000 grant from the Bosch Community Fund for the Hawk Makerspace. She quadrupled visual arts programs offerings in 2021, secured over $50,000 in state grant funds for the Farmington Hills Youth Theater, grew from managing a very small roster of contract teachers to now directly overseeing almost 30 part-time employees, successfully planned and implemented summer arts camps during the peak of COVID, serving hundreds of youth in our community. Jessica is a true team player. She often leaves sticky notes and words of encouragement for coworkers and her subordinates. She also is almost always the first to offer help in any situation and can be counted on to develop innovative solutions for unique situations. And we call them unique situations in Special Services. We never have problems. As her director, I value her as an employee and greatly appreciate her willingness to contribute not only to her division of cultural arts, but the greater good of our entire department. She is never afraid to face a challenge and operates under a continuous improvement mindset. She is an enthusiastic advocate for the arts, a creative problem solver, and a valuable member of the city's Special Services team, and I congratulate you, Jessica, on this well-deserved honor.
So I also needed notes because I'm not a great public speaker, but I want to thank Gary, Joe, Ellen, City Council, Mayor Barnett for honoring all of us tonight. I'm honored to be recognized with such an esteemed award, and I am thankful that you find my work ethic, rapport with my colleagues, and output to be worthy of this recognition. As I reflected on my own year and the entirety of my career successes here with the City of Farmington Hills, the consistent theme was that no matter how outstanding I may have been, it was never without the contributions of others. We are never singly outstanding, but I believe I'm partly being recognized because of how others' work contributed to my own ability to succeed. We are only as successful as the resources we have are provided, as well as the colleagues around us. In the last 2 years, cultural arts summer camp offerings have quadrupled with record-setting enrollment and revenue, and camps are the main part of my role during the summer months. However, that is not work that I do alone, so I have extraordinary thanks to my performing arts counterpart, Sam, and to our camp coordinator, Caden. Of the other programs that I oversee, our visual arts classes classes have also more than quadrupled. But that could not have been done without the work of McKenna Elvira to help me drive the division's vision for this program into reality, and with the talent of our team of professional teaching artists that provide wonderful creative experiences for our customers. Our makerspace just opened for past pre-sales, finally. After a very long and intense planning, building, and training process, we will finally be open to the public on September 13th. This was an extraordinary endeavor that I helped lead, but there is no way this would have been accomplished without the help of Rachel Timlin and Brian Farmer. I owe a debt of gratitude to Makerspace manager Gary Marvickson and the entire Makerspace team, as well as Brian Moran and a fellow award winner tonight, Dan Monticelli. Thank you to the rest of the cultural arts team that has elevated our level of programming to that of excellence and nothing less. I am so very proud to be part of such an innovative, vision-driven, and motivated team. Thank you to our marketing team for the work in letting people know what it is that we do. Thank you to guest services, facilities, administration, and fellow departmental peers, because your hard work does not go unnoticed, and I would be remiss in not also mentioning you. I feel like I have achieved so much here, and yet there's so much more to be done, and I can't wait to see what will be accomplished in the coming 5 to 10 years. But I will continue to recognize that it is in part because of the stellar team that we have in cultural arts under the leadership of Rachel. A leader that supports us, challenges us, encourages us, and is committed to see us succeed not only in our professional goals, but also our personal ones. So thank you for helping us all be our most outstanding selves. And finally, to my husband and my kids, thank you for being my sounding board, my cheerleaders, my shoulder, my warm hugs, and my purpose. I love you guys. Thank you.
More than paid for that.
Thank you very much.
The second outstanding employee from the Special Services Department is Dan Monticelli, Facilities Supervisor within our Parks Division. And unfortunately, Dan couldn't be here tonight. I think he's touring with the Rolling Stones. Is that right, Brian? Something. He wasn't feeling well, unfortunately. I do want to share some really great things about Dan rather quickly so that he can celebrate this when he watches the video later. So Dan started with the city in 1995. I think I was in high school, maybe college then, in building maintenance at the Farmington Hills Ice Arena. When we opened the ice arena, Dan was an original employee, OG, at the ice arena. He held that position and eventually the title Arena Maintenance Supervisor for over 25 years. And Dan is an original in many, many ways. Anyone that knows him for sure would back me up. In 2022, this year, Dan was promoted to Facilities Supervisor within the Special Services Parks Division. Dan coordinates the maintenance, repair, and cleaning services at most of the buildings and facilities within our park system. He also oversees the Park Ranger program. Dan works closely with many other departments citywide on citywide projects and engages with the public and his coworkers in an incredibly positive way. In fact, Dan was nominated by a coworker from outside of the Special Services Department, which means a whole lot to all of us, I think, when our employees are recognized from other departments. So the person that nominated Dan stated several things that I'm quoting here, or paraphrasing probably. Dan promotes a positive work environment along with a great work ethic. Since he was promoted to his new position, I have had the opportunity to work with him a little more often. He is truly knowledgeable, thorough, and dependable. Dan's been wearing multiple hats since he was promoted, and he seems to deal with it with ease. He always has a smile on his face and takes a moment to greet you and make you feel welcome and make you feel special. He's an incredibly hard worker and puts the city's needs and expectations at an extremely high level. As his director, it's clear to me that Dan has great passion for his field. He takes his job very seriously and cracks a lot of jokes along the way, which is a great combination. He prides himself in doing terrific work, but more than that, he prides himself in being a good person. Dan's a valuable member of the city's special services team. I congratulate him, and I'll accept this award and definitely the cash on his behalf. So thank you, and congratulations to Dan.
Congratulations to all the award winners. So now I'm very pleased to present the Employee of the Year Award recipient for 2021, Jennifer Robertson. Congratulations. So Jennifer has become an invaluable leader and member of the management team at the police department. Since the department's reorganization, which eliminated the dispatch sergeant position, Jennifer has become the go-to person for all things related to the communications section. Jennifer has been widely recognized for her knowledge and expertise in the field. She is sought out by public safety officials at both the county and state level for assistance and guidance related to the 911 and dispatch response protocols. As a result, Jennifer is the police department liaison to the Oakland County Radio Committee, which is overseeing the implementation of the new state-of-the-art radio system upgrade now in process of going live across the county. She sits on the State of Michigan 911 Subcommittee and was recently appointed to the State Training Course Review Committee. Her placement on these committees has enhanced the professional reputation of the Farmington Hills Police Department. Jennifer is the consummate professional and a strong advocate for her staff. She's known within the department's administration bureau for her ability to get the job done while remaining strong relationships with coworkers. Jennifer's quick to help others and has assisted staff members with projects ranging from department accreditation, records, validation, and crime prevention activities. It isn't uncommon to see her help give station tours to visiting school groups and even building contractors move supplies or equipment. Jennifer supervises a large and complex work group, and she's incredibly organized and detail-oriented. She was instrumental in reducing staff workload despite employee shortages. Staff members were routinely asked to work 12 to 16-hour shifts, but through her scheduling efforts, we returned to normal 8-hour work shifts and reduced overtime expenses by nearly $30,000 a month, which I appreciate very much, and so does our city council. Jennifer has ensured that her staff remains highly trained by seeking out advanced training opportunities for dispatchers and ensuring that everyone is able to fully develop their skills. It's my honor to recommend Jennifer Robertson for this prestigious award. I can think of no one else more deserving of this recognition. Jennifer is an outstanding employee who has increased the city's department's already sterling reputation. Congratulations, Jennifer.
Curious how terrified the chief is knowing that I'm standing up here with a microphone.
I was wondering why I was looking red.
I'd like to be able to take credit for this award by myself, but I can't because it's a team accomplishment. And I am really lucky to have an amazing group of dispatchers that do a wonderful job to make my job easier. When I was first promoted, I shared an office with Lieutenant Baer. I said he's always offered sound advice and he's got unlimited support, and I have learned a lot from him. I have had a few bumps along the way, which is probably why IT screens my calls, Central Services won't make eye contact, and HR has a restraining order against me. But it's days like that that lead me to the supportive administrative. So because I never do this job alone, I have Captain Blenda, AC Piggott. They're always supportive, encouraging, and they have great advice. They never stop amazing me with their ability to keep my focus on what's important or advise me when I'm just being dramatic. And then I have Chief King's endless amount of trust and faith that he has in me, and the ability to do my job is just insane. But all of that, it makes me want to be a better employee. And to my family, especially my husband, from my very first day as a dispatcher, with him on the other end of the radio to now, he's always been my biggest fan. And I know it's not easy. He gets the awkward wake-ups at 2 a.m. listening to me talk about radio failure and software malfunctions, the late nights and the early mornings and all the events that I've missed. But he gets through. I've been through 4 police departments with him and 2 states. So it was him that brought me to Farmington Hills. And Farmington Hills really is a great place to work. And I want to thank everyone for all your support, this award, and a thank you to the city manager and council for allowing me to do this job here. And it is an honor. So thank you.
Okay, so, next I'd like to introduce my right hand, Assistant City Manager Joe Valentine, for the remaining portion of the agenda. Joe?
Thank you, Gary. First, let me say it's certainly amazing but not surprising to hear about the dedication and the talents of those within our organization. Please join me one more time in acknowledging those that received the awards this evening for the Outstanding Employees and Employee of the Year. Congratulations again. This evening is the highlight of the year for the staff of the Human Resources Department, and I'm pleased to present the employees receiving recognition for their years of service. Farmington Hills employees are among the most dedicated public servants in the state of Michigan, and we're proud to have them on the Farmington Hills team. We celebrate the special occasion where we can tell employees just how we appreciate them and the work that they do every day. We will ask the employees in each service anniversary group to stand and proceed to the right of the stage. I'll do it over here. Your right, my left. As we announce your name in alphabetical order, please come forward and be recognized. We have about 75 employees receiving the service awards this evening, but we will only announce those that were able to make it here this evening. So although everyone may not be present tonight, all the 2021 awardees are highlighted in the presentation on your table, and I believe they may be displayed on the monitors or not. But they are in the program. We ask that you hold your applause until we have read all the names of all the employees in each service group. And we now would like to invite the employees with 5 years of service to proceed to the right of the stage. No, they're coming. So we have attempted to recognize everybody as they came in, so we knew who was going to be here, those that have acknowledged being here. So if I miss anybody, please come forward. We'll try to make sure we get everyone. So first we'll begin with Sharon Gamble in the Finance Department. Congratulations. Thank you. Yeah, that's how we do it. We'll just keep moving. We'll get pictures at the end. Next, we have Jane Savage in the Police Department. Jane, congratulations. Mark Washington in the Police Department. And last but not least, Chief John Unruh in the Fire Department. Thank you all for your service. Next, we'll move to 10 years of service. We'll ask those with 10 years of service to come forward. And perhaps, okay, here she is. You can serve as the representative for everyone, no pressure. Class president, yes. So for 10 years of service, I'd like to recognize April Hare with Special Services. Thank you for your service. Next, we'll go to 15 years of service. Those with 15 years of service, please come forward. We'll start with Chris Barth with Central Services. Chris, congratulations. Next, Kimberly Reed with the Finance Department. Next, Virginia Larson with the Police Department. And next, Jason McDonald with the Police Department. Thank you all for your service. moving on to 20 years of service. I'll ask you please come forward. Are you taking all the awards this evening, or? You have everybody? Okay, beginning with 20 years of service, we'd like to recognize John Gannett with the Fire Department. Next, Brian Hewitt with the Fire Department. A familiar face. Congratulations. Thank you. Next, we have Amanda Granacco with the Planning and Community Development Department. Amanda, congratulations. Next, Andrew Isola with the Police Department. Andrew, congratulations. Thank you. Next, Paul Wanafor with the Public Services Department. Paul, congratulations. Next, we'll move on to 25 years of service. Everyone with 25 years of service, please come forward. So we'll let ladies first. We'll start with Kelly Monaco with Central Services. Kelly, congratulations. Next, we have Richard Blenda with the Police Department. Congratulations. Thank you. You're welcome. Next, John Piggott with the Police Department. John, congratulations. And finally, Mark Seksuski with Public Services. Thank you all for your service. The list goes on. We have representatives that have, or employees that have additional thresholds of service. Unfortunately, they couldn't be here this evening, but I just want to recognize them because of the years of service that they've acquired with the city. So I'd like to recognize at 30 years of service, Brian Pickworth with Public Services. And at 35 years of service, Michael Faust with Public Services. Again, congratulations to all of you for your employment and service to the city. Gary?
Thanks, Joe. So finally, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our Human Resources staff. We had our Human Resources Director depart for another very great opportunity in his career path, and really want to take the time to thank Lori and her staff in his departure for all that she's done. It's been a crazy few weeks. Joe, thank you for, where are you, Joe? There he is. Joe, thank you too for participating. And our Special Services Department, thank you. And the great facility we have here, they've done a great job of setting up and helping us plan for all of this, so we really appreciate it. Ellen, hats off to you and your staff as well. Thank you so much. Wanted to just let everybody know that all of the outstanding employees that were honored this evening, please come back. Jennifer, raise your hand. We want to take some photographs of you with the mayor and myself for posterity's sake and your family. Everybody in the room certainly feel welcome to visit those outstanding award recipients and their families. And I want to congratulate every one of you on behalf of City Council and your fellow employees on a job well done, everybody. So thank you for joining us this evening. Have a great night, drive safe, and God bless. Thank you.